grade program I find very difficult to teach. I think there's so much information in it, and some of it is not as interesting as, say, the third or the second grade program. But it's perfectly aligned with the students in Massachusetts, their social studies program. So they know, they have the information already, they just are, they're hearing it again in a different context. The first time I taught this, when I was finished, I called the JA office and said, I thought it was dry, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know how to make it interesting, and they helped me out with that. So what they told me was that as long as I covered the concepts, I didn't have to use their words, I could use whatever idea I had that meshed with what the kids needed to be taught. With that in mind, for the first lesson, regions and resources, there's so much information in that, and it's dry for the kids. So the way I started out is to say that I asked them how many people have ever visited a different part of the United States, and they raised their hand. Asked them what it's like there. Say it's Nevada. Well, it's dry and it's brown and it's there's not a lot of trees and there's palm trees and there's cactus. And does that look like Massachusetts? Western Massachusetts? No, it doesn't look like Western Massachusetts. Where else have you been? Hawaii. Where else have you been? Minnesota. Well, so none of the United States looks just like any other part of the United States. Our country is so huge and it's so diverse that it's difficult to study it in maps. You can't say that the United States is all the same. You can't study the United States. You can study regions of the United States. That makes more sense because regions are areas that have something in common. Then the kids start to kick in. Then it makes sense. The Southwest region is much different than the Northeast region. Then it makes it a lot easier to get their attention and get the information across. It also works that way with resources. Here, you know, in the Mississippi Delta, there's lots of fishing. Do they have lots of fishing in Nevada? No. Whole different region, whole different set of resources. So I've found that that makes it easier to get into the discussions of the first lesson. Like to see the light in their eyes. The age level is fun. I have worked with one particular teacher for a number of years, and she's terrific. And even though the information is difficult for me to present, it's not difficult for them to understand. And so when they get it and the light bulb goes off, it doesn't get any better.